Oh no, sorry, I got a few more to share. So we did a program in University of Padua, Italy. This is a partner program. University of Padua, if you've not been, is so old we don't know how old it is. There's no written record of when it was formed. Something around 1200. So it's first or second oldest university in Europe. It is so old that it was already like 300 years old when Galileo went there as a student. Just imagine Galileo applying and taking his SATs back in 1600. That's where he wound up going as a student. So did Copernicus, and both of them taught there for a while. Anyway, so we ran a program there. It was focused on environmental companies. It was 8 companies. And I told my partner, we got to do some Africans here because we get all these amazing Africans. I didn't tell you about more of those. And they said, I got a permission to do that. And it was a good thing too, because here's the 3 African companies, and each one of them is outperforming all of the Europeans combined. One of them is the second biggest honey company in Tanzania. It was called Central Park Bees at the time. Now it's Swahili Honey. They've grown 3 times since the summer of 2018 with our teeny little investment and not much more. Green Charcoal Uganda is what it sounds like. They make charcoal briquettes. They do it from ag waste. They've only grown 2x, which is still pretty good. And then Obri Tanzania, also in Tanzania, they make cooking oil from sunflowers in Tanzania. And they had a bad year last year because of the pandemics and some floods. We expect it to be $2 million a year company this year. When we met them, they were doing about $200,000. So really it's 10x, but 2x from 2018 to 2020 because of the pandemic. And you'll recognize some of those logos. I will finish up with this slide. So here's Obri Tanzania. That's Swahili Honey. That's what they look like now. There's Green Charcoal Uganda and a whole bunch more. Here's East Africa Fruits. You heard about them as well. Africa Eats is my new thing as an investor. So I took 27 companies from Fledge, from various Fledge programs around the world. And I took them out of the Fledge portfolio and wrapped them in a holding company. And we are busy funding these companies and funding their growth. Overall, these companies did 7 million in revenue in 2019. They did 4.5 million in 2018. So they had some good growth with almost no money. And then last year they did more than 9 million despite the pandemic. So they grew from 7 to 9. And they're telling me they're going to do $18 million this year. There's a whole lot of growth, a whole lot of opportunity over there. The other cohort for the angel accelerators in Africa, I spent more time in the morning talking about that. I'll edit that one into the recording. And then I'll finish up with this quote. This is a famous quote. It's attributed to a lot of people. This may be the first time it was ever used. It's clearly not an English quote. It translates to, it's difficult to make predictions, especially about the future. Apparently it's not a Yogi Berra quote. It's from way before that. As an investor, you just don't know which ones are going to work. Right? You're hopeful, you see them, you're excited about them, but you just don't know. You find out 5, 6, 7, 10 years later whether you were right or not.